So we don't really have a name for this version of the podcast, Adam, but what are we doing here tonight?
Yeah, this is just when Chad and I decided we're gonna have a beer and we wanted to hang out together. And since we live so far apart, we can only do it on the inner tubes. So we're just turned the cameras on and microphones and started drinking.
Yeah, so we're not really gonna talk about the beer that we're drinking. I mean, we'll mention what it is we're going to drink, but we're not going to do a full in-depth review. We'll just mention what it is and just go on and talk about whatever it is we're going to talk about. We're watching the National Championships football game tonight, so we hear that in the background.
Go Dogs!
And what?
Go Dogs!
Go Dogs! Both of us rooting for the Dogs tonight.
And you know, this is if you're a new listener to the podcast, this is not a normal podcast. This is just us hanging out. Maybe we'll do this more often. Maybe we'll even do it as a Facebook Live event. But it is something we just wanted to do tonight. So,
yeah, we're just hanging out, and we'll come up with I think we'll probably come up with a different name, a descriptor name for this particular style of podcast, so that it's not the Beerded Hops podcast as we have established it so far. We do have a little bit of structure to it, with a plan and a review, and we're just not going to do that during this type of podcast. It's just going to be fun and talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
And maybe we'll get one of you guys in the Facebook group to come on and join us sometime. Who knows? But
yeah.
But if you do want to check out the podcast, go ahead and hit us up on. You can hit us up on Twitter. You can also hit us up at. Oh my gosh.
Facebook.
Man, yes.
UnTappd.
But my brain is not working. Just like
email.
Yeah, you can hit all those places. But also the easiest place to go to is beerdedhops.com. And along the top are all the links. You can check out everything from iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace.
Lots of ways to get a hold of us. If you guys want to give us a comment or give us some feedback or some criticism, or if you want to give us some beer.
Criticisms go to Chad at beerdedhops.com. All the nice stuff goes to Adam at beerdedhops.com.
Adam is all about the love.
Love, man. All right. Well, here we go. Enjoy the show, guys.
Enjoy the show, everybody.
Enjoy us hanging out, talking about just drinking beer, whatever.
Yep.
Number 37426, your lights are on in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be brighter in here tonight because the TV is on.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, my TV's on too, but I have no volume.
Huh?
I'm playing with because I got the headphones on now. So I'm trying to get the monitoring set up like the.
Yeah. My mouth is fucking burning because I made the soup too hot.
Shit. I set this up the wrong way. It's not the way I wanted to set it up.
Oh, man.
I can do it like this if I wanted to, but that's not really what I wanted to do. God, baby. Oh, son of a Triscuit biscuit. Because I'm not taking anything out of there.
Holy fuck.
Is it temperature hot or spicy hot?
Temperature hot.
Oh, well, you could let it cool off there, genius. I'm putting my microphone condom on. Please hold. Oh yeah.
I was trying to get this soup finished.
Gentle. Oh, yeah, that's a good spot right there. There we go. All right, so who's winning? I just turned it on. Is there a score?
Nope, 0-0.
Settle.
Georgia's been moving the ball pretty well.
Who are you rooting for?
Georgia.
Yeah, I haven't talked to anybody who said Bama. Nobody. I've heard nobody say Roll Tide.
I've got a friend who I went to high school with, Chris Tanner, who's I don't know why he's a Roll Tide fan. Always been for some reason.
Got a friend in me.
He's the only one I know. Hold on.
Bama. I got my camera number 2 up and running. 2. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1.
I do not yet, but I can. There's no way you can record video off my phone.
Live in the stream?
Right.
No, but the camera that I sent you.
Yeah, that will.
Yeah, if you when you plug it, maybe.
Should I show you the front camera or the selfie camera?
Well, no, for the Google stream, we're just gonna what I'm seeing now, right?
Right.
But for the video you'll send me later, would be the selfie,
selfie,
whatever you want to call it.
The screen side camera.
Yeah. And I'll just be able to load, we'll mix and mingle that in.
Yeah, this is just going to be more or less a test anyway tonight, right?
Yeah, you never know. It may see the light of day.
Yeah.
I chose to go with a snowdrift tonight.
A what?
Snowdrift.
Oh. My God. That soup may be hot. Like, made me hot.
Yeah, baby.
And bothered.
Man, that's good. That is just a good beer.
I'm drinking, I had the Lost Coast 8-ball earlier.
Balls in your mouth.
And now I'm drinking, I've got another Kolsch, the commuter Kolsch. The one that I bought a 6-pack of.
Cute. So, a minute 24. Dog's got the ball. Balls in your mouth. So this can be one of those podcasts where we're just hanging out drinking a beer. He drops. Oh, gotta scramble. Oh, and tripped him up.
Oh, well, you're ahead of me.
You're satellite, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Takes a little bit of time to go up there into the atmosphere and beam back down to the earth.
I suppose.
Trying
to figure out where I should.
That's what my mama told me.
Where I should set this hair thingy.
Put your thingy over here. Did you watch the videos I sent you?
The one of the what's next?
Yeah.
In craft, yeah. I watched that one. The other one was just sound.
Were you able to hear it okay?
Nope.
Why not, Dick?
Mainly because I didn't listen to it all.
Dude, I thought it was interesting what the one kid was saying. So it is a little, I don't know what you call it. It's not a movie on Amazon Prime, And it's about beer because I put in the search for beer. And it is about this small brewery. I think it's in Florida. And they're really small. They call it Caveman Brewing. Because
what is it?
They call it, well, they say they call what they do Caveman Brewing. Because
it's not a brand. That's just what they call it.
It's just what they call it. And mainly because all the equipment they pretty much built for themselves. Like they have no money whatsoever. And so what they did in order to get enough money is they started. I don't know how they did this legally. Maybe they didn't do it legally. They started this subscription plan to support them, where you pay $250. And then that gets you tastings to their brewery before the brewery is ever even set up. And they raised like $25,000 doing that.
Wow.
Can you do that? I didn't think you could do that legally.
Well, they're raising money, right? So you can raise money for any number of reasons, not all of which are probably recognized as legal, but it's fairly.
But aren't you actually selling beer? I mean, I guess you're not selling beers. You're not walking out with a 6-pack or a keg. But I still feel like you're selling beer because the way they explained it, if I remember correctly, is that they gave them access to come in while they were setting up the brewery to do tastings of the beers that they were making before they opened as a brewery. Now, I thought as a health code, they couldn't do that.
Well, if they're donations, if they're raising money through donations and tasting of the beer is a benefit of that.
Uh-huh.
It's like
it's like you give to the church and they give you a bottle of holy water.
Well, I was going to try to relate it to the watch industry rather than church, but
okay, let's go. Go to watches.
So if you're like, if you had a new watch design and you're raising money through Kickstarter or something for this new watch design, and as a part of the process of raising your money, you say, oh, we got these, as a part of because you donated, you get this, we have this new strap that's going to be a part of this watch, and we'd like you to try it.
Nice. Yeah, but that's not for consumption. There's like health legalities to a beer. You know what I'm saying? Because I do know that as far as in the state of Illinois, what I've researched from trying to build a brewery is that I cannot sell my beer for any amount at all until it has been passed by the health, the health code has passed it, whatever, health administration, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? The food people have come by and said, yes, you're allowed to cook here.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But through private fundraising, say you're making beer, and I say, well, I'll give you $300 to put towards your next tank, as long as I'd like to try it. There's no, it's all private fundraising, so I can still sample your beer, even though
what the hell are we doing? Why don't we do that?
I just gave you $300 to.
Give me $300, Chad. The red ale I have sitting over here right now in the bottle, I'll give you a 12-ounce bottle for the low price of $250. 12 ounces of red deliciousness. That's probably not going to be, because I don't think it's carbonated correctly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works out, how that tastes.
I know. I grabbed the bottle and shook it around a little bit, and it did bubble up a little bit, so it's good. But
that's good.
I think when we carbonated it, that some of the priming sugar got spilled. So I don't know how carbonated it's going to be. But we'll see. Are you drinking right now? You got to be drinking. You're always drinking.
Uh-huh.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking One Barrel Brewing Company, the Commuter. It's a Kolsch.
The Commuter, so you can drink that while you're driving to work?
Yeah.
Nice.
I drink it while I drive to work.
I mean, who doesn't? I mean, I drink it while I'm walking. I walk to work. I'm health conscious.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. During my commute to work, I can drink.
My commute was pretty bad today. I had these 3 dogs get right in my way and delay me for about 15 seconds.
I know. I actually was giving somebody at work a hard time about this the other day too, because they were saying how bad their commute was. It took like 40 minutes, and it was icy. And I'm like, you know what? I had a dog laying in the hallway this morning that I had to step over.
Yeah, I had a dog constantly wanting to go outside.
Yeah,
I couldn't get to work on time. Sorry. I know. We're such assholes.
What are we testing here? Are we just going to see how this video setup works?
Basically, is that recording or not? It's not recording. Now it's recording. Basically, yeah. So we use this video from the hangout, and then this video from the number 2 cameras, and because all the audio will come from this, from this and so the thing is getting the audio to sync up with the 2 video.
And the dogs are barking at something.
It's all right. It's okay. So what did you think about that video of what's to come? I think they pretty much agreed with everything we said.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place though.
They're right. Yeah. There's no one consensus.
No, I would say if I heard two types the most, it would be lagers and sours.
Yeah. Lagers, couple Pilsners in there.
Yeah, but Pilsner's a kind of lager, right?
Well, it is a kind of a lager, yes.
It's off the lager chain.
It is off the lager chain. You're off the chain.
I am off the chain.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can do the sour thing.
It really depends, man. I've had a couple that I really did not like a Goss. Not a fan of Goss.
But they mentioned specifically Goss would not be in one of them, didn't they?
They were saying
it was a different word.
Yeah, it was a different word. They weren't saying Goss. I thought they were saying like Gase or I don't know what. Hi, buddy.
Far from Blargen. Maybe I can find the video and I can just did I text it to you? I did text it to you.
Oh, Baba. Yeah. There you go. You can see him.
There he is. Boy.
The other camera's got him. All right, you got to get off. Okay.
Oh, but I can't hear it, huh?
You know, I wonder if Brittany texts me while this other while I've got my phone going, if I'm gonna know.
It says she get the pop from the top at least.
If I notice it though.
If you notice it.
Because I don't think my watch is gonna vibrate if the phone is on and open. Jordy, stop. Chewing up my calendar. Oh, somebody's hurt. So we are watching the national championship college football game.
Yes.
As we're having this little hangout conversation.
Yeah. I think this one's going to go up on Thursday. Unless you say something stupid or start showing your balls to the TV, then I can edit your nuts out. But
why would you edit my nuts out?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's got to be some FCC violation there.
My balls don't make any noise.
I don't know. I got balls that jingle, jangle, jingle. Yeah. What else was there? So you didn't hear or you didn't read here? What? God bless it. You jinxed me today, Chad.
It was a bad speech day today.
It's a bad speech day. Gosh. The other audio that I sent you didn't listen to all of it?
No, I did not listen to all of it. I started listening. Actually, you know what I did? I started listening to all of it, and then my mother called. That's why I didn't listen to it all.
Now your excuse for talking to your mom. Oh, side note, then we'll get back to that audio. I got an email from Tuned In. We are officially on Tuned In completely now. So actually, if you go into Tuned In app and you look for us, we're there.
Oh, sweet.
So that is cool.
I just put that back on my phone the other day.
I use it all the time to listen to local sports, like in my office. You know, like I'll have Google Home do it, or I'll use it on my phone. But
yeah.
So here, this is the audio.
It's going to sit around for 9 months on a barrel. So
not this part.
That's the brewing process.
No, this part.
We are beer geeks, and we enjoy a lot of craft beer, you know, and we enjoy hanging out with beer geeks because they know what they're talking about. You know, they actually take the time to learn about a beer, to drink that beer. They're not just drinking mega beer corporation crap while they're doing something else. Actually, when you're a beer geek, the drinking of the beer is the activity. It's not like, you know, you're hanging out, playing volleyball, and just pounding as many beers as you can. You're actually taking time to look at the beer,
what's wrong with hanging out playing volleyball?
The beer, to rate the beer.
Beer geeks are so
this guy. What this guy said?
And picky and critical. You know, it's got this or it's
can you hear
that,
it?
You know,
yes.
I have beer geek friends, but what's weird is it seems like even with beer geeks, you know, everyone's kind of divided. Like there's the the home brewers and the brewers who know beer and how to make beer, and then there's the beer geeks who are only after what's affectionately referred to as whales, and those are like, the Moby Dicks, the white whales that are really hard and really rare and super old, and they're always after that. I like to say they're chasing unicorns and dragons. They're trying to find the coolest new thing, and it's why are you trying to get that? I'm very much about Zen beer drinking, being able to appreciate the beer that's in front of me for what it is. Even Budweiser is.
I was trying to stop it there. So you hear that Zen drinking, right? He's into Zen drinking, which I get. I kind of agree with. I think we've kind of not to be the ultimate beer snob where you won't drink, anything but, your thing. But the thing he says here, rewind a couple seconds. The thing he says here about Zen drinking, he goes on, he talks about Budweiser. And keep in mind, he's one of like the, he works at this brewery, but he's just like a guy that liked, he liked the brewery, he liked the beer, and he kind of just, I don't know, the way he explained it, he just kind of showed up one day and started working there. But
to me, Budweiser tastes like green apples, and the reason is because it has acetaldehyde in it.
Green apples?
The acetaldehyde comes from.
I mean, the green apples taste like piss.
From the yeast that hasn't fully fermented, and so what happens is when Budweiser has to suspend fermentation in their beer, and so the yeast doesn't allow to eat up that acetaldehyde, so then you get this green apple flavor. Now every time.
Right. He goes on to talk about now that every time he has a bud, that he thinks of that, and he has an appreciation for what the brewer did because now he's brewing. I don't know. I like the Zen drinking though. I like the idea of Zen drinking where it's not all about. I mean, I could get very caught up in chasing the beer. I could get very caught up in chasing like the popular, like the Founders CBS and trying to find it online on the beer black market and pay someone to send it to me, right? But I don't want to. I just want to enjoy the beer that I have in my hand right now, whether that be. I'm not going to say Bud Light because that's the worst on the planet, but
I was going to say,
or whatever. Just saying.
I would say I would do my best to enjoy whatever's in my hand, whether it be Batch 19 or a Stillmank Awesome Sauce.
Awesome
which
sauce.
no one outside of Green Bay has ever heard of Stillmank Awesome Sauce. But not everybody's heard Batch 19. That's a Coors beer. A lot of people have probably heard of it, but I would try to enjoy either one in the same way.
I mean, I get what he's saying. Enjoy, what they've done because even small time craft brewers do appreciate what the big guys do. I mean, I heard one craft brewmaster say that he is continually amazed every time he has like one of these big beers, at how they get it so consistent. Like every time you crack open a Coors, it tastes the same. Same thing with Miller and Bud. That's what he was just saying. Like he doesn't like them, but he's got to give them props for the amount that they're brewing on such an enormous scale that they're able to maintain a consistency. That's it. That's all it's done.
So you use the term big beer. So there's two ways that term can be heard, I guess. So when you're saying in this case, big beer, you're talking big manufacturer.
Macro. Is that what
yeah.
What we're doing? What do you want me to use? The non-American owned, the German owned brewers.
But the other way to use the term big beer, it really annoys me, is when someone says, "Oh, this is a big, robust, flavorful beer."
Well, you remember the guy at Lakefront Brewery when we went to tour there, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, that was the
tour
second
guide.
Yeah, the tour guide. And they always say every time I've been there that people say, "Oh, this is a big beer. This is a heavy beer," right? And they will always say on every tour I've been through there, they'll say, "All beer weighs the same." Like the word you're using is not correct. That just because it's a porter or a stout, it doesn't weigh any different than a lager. It's just
right. And I think
words.
the term big to describe a beer that's not like a big manufacturer is totally
Yeah.
nondescript.
That's how
Doesn't-
I was describing
I'm-
it as the manufacturer, but yeah, I understand.
I don't know. I was reading something earlier today about a big beer. This is a big beer. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me.
How are they trying to describe it? Like the
Uh,
flavor of the beer was big,
yeah,
or
it was in a beer. It was in a description of a beer. I think it was on UnTappd, looking at somebody else's check-in, and it was a descriptor word under the beer.
it is fun to look at other people's descriptions of beers on UnTappd.
Yeah, but I think this was
It's also frustrating, but
I think it was actually like a pre-filled, like something that goes with
right.
the check-in.
What am I drinking? Snowdrift.
Okay, so like I just clicked on the 2-stall from an appy that I had a couple nights ago, and it gives a description of the beer, our chocolate milk stout named after our 2-stall garage tap room, which is awesome, by the way. I've been there. So in this description is where it was the word big was used on whatever beer it was. I don't remember what I was looking at, but I read that, and this is a big hoppy beer. This is a big chocolatey beer, or the word big means nothing to me. I return that.
Always on.
I heard her.
It's okay. It's like we're not here. Oh, big beers. I like big beers, and I cannot lie.
Mm-hmm.
So Georgia is up by 3. Hey,
I was just gonna say they scored, and I missed the field goal apparently.
yeah, I missed a field goal too. That's right, though. I go home.
I just noticed on UnTappd that when I'm on my page, it gives you your top beers. Like,
Really?
I guess the way you've rated them. It doesn't do that on the app, but on the website.
Oh, I was just going to the app and looking. So it doesn't on the.
Yeah, no, it's on the website. So it has my events, which I have none, badges, and then top beers. And then you can click on see all beers to see everything you've checked in. But the top ones that you, I guess, like the best.
Let me see. You can actually go and look at your beers. You can do a whole bunch of on the phone. You can do a whole bunch of searching on them. So I can go in and look at what my favorite beer was by style, like my favorite porter or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've messed around with that several times on the phone, but I honestly haven't spent a whole lot of time on the actual website.
No, I haven't either. I wish you could check in on the website.
You can.
You can check a beer on the website?
Yeah, I just did it with
I didn't know you could do it. Nice.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I rated. You know what? Okay, so I just looking at my check-ins. I rated Zombie Dust as a 4.25. That was in 2015 though, so I have one in my fridge. I'll need to drink it again, and I think that's going to go way down. There's no way. There's no way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 5s, more than I thought.
I don't have very many. Why did my lights just went on? What happened here? Jeez. Hey Google, turn off Dad's office lights. Jiminy Christmas, these people. There we go.
And the dogs are back in the office. Bark, bark. No, oh, look, can you hear the tail banging?
Oh yeah. Boom, boom. I wonder if I can adjust that. Let's see. And of course, now it goes away. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
There we go. There we go. It's better. Oh yes, I do. I really like. I wish I would have come up with the idea for UnTappd. I actually started using their events a lot more. It's helping me find events at like different breweries around here, and even some of the beer stores like Beer Bazaar.
Hey, are we gonna go to that beer fest on
the one here in Lake County?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to Gina about it. I think she's doing a shit ton of traveling. What is she doing? She's went outside. She's doing a ton of traveling, but it's so I looked up. It's $55 for 25 drink vouchers.
That's not bad.
I'm hoping that they don't actually take the drink vouchers because the last one I went to, they didn't take the drink vouchers. You just drink all you wanted. So, but it's in like it's a huge It's out at the fairground. They just built a new building. It's indoors, obviously. And
55 for 25.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
But yeah, I want to go to it.
Yeah, I guess that's about average. I mean, some of the beer fests that I've been to that aren't unlimited are usually 2 tickets per, and a ticket's $1. So
yeah. Now is Hideout House the one at Hideout House? Is that unlimited?
That's unlimited. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope we can go to it. We'll see. It'll be fun. I love going to these beer things because I like trying, a lot of different beers. I just don't like the cost because sometimes it can get, especially if it's a place like Hideout where you got to travel to, right? So you're already spending X amount on.
Yep. On the travel, and then you're overnight.
Yeah, the beer fest itself or whatever, and
the next thing you got meals, so you've got
right
your $50 or $60 beer fest turns into a $400 weekend.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So try to keep it local. There are several around here that just, especially when it gets warm out, they start doing them all the time, but they end up, being 50, 40, $50 a pop. You're dropping several $100s in the summertime now to go to a beer fest.
Yeah.
And you don't know how great it's going to be.
I'm going to pause this video because Brittany did just text and I caught it.
Why aren't you answering me?
Yeah.
Asshole. Go ahead and listen to our fireside chat where we burp constantly into the microphone.
Oh, God. I can't wait till she gets home to get these dogs out of the office, out of the studio.
They want to go lay down.
They were laying down, but they probably heard you burp.
Nice.
And they were like,
"Ooh,
I need to see if I can go smell that."
Let me go smell some fresh burp. See, our dog Bosley, when he lays down, dead to the world. And you have to coax him to get him to go upstairs at night. He's like, my ass is not moving. I do not want to get up. Bella, you breathe in the wrong direction. She's going to jump up and follow you everywhere.
All right, let's get the video going again for this.
I watched the other Grand Tour today. The one where they were doing the letters from people, and the guy's like, it's too scripted, and so they did one that was unscripted. You see that? It was pretty funny.
I got to go back and watch a couple of these because I tried to watch them while I was working.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
And I missed some stuff.
That's unfortunate. I just got done watching the series The Traveler on Netflix, and I watched 2 seasons of it over the course of a couple of weeks, and I got Gina to watch it. And while I watched some of them with her, and there's several of them. I'm like, well, shit, I didn't know that happened. Like, oh crap, I didn't make that connection because I was working while I was trying to watch it. So, but anyway, on the Grand Tour, they were doing the letters from viewers, and they say whenever they do like their car tests or whatever it is, that they'll always get people saying, "Oh, it's too scripted," and why are you doing it so scripted? Blah blah blah. So they did one. Like they actually did one of their. Where they each get 3 different cars. They each get a different car, and they did it so they acted like it was unscripted, and so they didn't have people go ahead of them and scout a location, and like it was hilarious the way they did it. They did it really really funny. So they're like speeding through these windy roads, and then all of a sudden they have to come to a screeching stop because the road ends and goes into a lake. They're like, "Well, we had somebody come out here and scout this ahead of time." And James was James was doing a fire truck. They were like, "We're doing a fire truck."
Jeremy was driving that Audi.
Right, and the other one was driving the buggy thingy or whatever, the red buggy or whatever it is.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did watch that episode. I didn't realize that was the beginning of that segment was supposed to be unscripted.
Yeah. The beginning of that segment, they talked about the letters they get. They just went ahead 6.
Yep,
6-0.
6-0.
I'm sorry, but this is not as good a game as the other ones.
Georgia. No, this is really boring.
It's a boring ass game.
I love that show, The Grand Tour. I loved it when it was Top Gear. I hated it when the new cast came on.
Yeah, the new cast sucks.
I did not like the American version of Top Gear.
American Top Gear was so bad.
I do like Matt Farah, or whatever his name is. He's got his own show now. I think he was on Top Gear American version.
Was he
big guy? He does the smoking tire, and
he was the big guy with the beard, right? He was the journalist guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. He's good. I like him. He's been on other shows too. There's another show he was on that I liked, where they would take cars and work on them and fix them up and everything.
What's your favorite car?
Whichever one doesn't cost me a lot. I really don't have like a huge. You're the car fetish, not me. I still remember driving around that MG of yours.
Oh my god, these dogs! Where's your mother?
I've had these kids all day long. Take them away. Bam, bam.
No, that's her tail banging on my filing cabinet.
They're not tall enough though to hit you in the nuts, right?
What?
They're not tall enough to where their tails nail you in the nuts.
No.
Yeah, that's what I have to worry about.
Yeah, I know.
I've gotten racked so many times by my I don't know if there's much worse than being hit in the nuts by a dog's tail. Just bam.
Well, of course, and especially a Great Dane. I mean, that's just.
Gosh. And then there's my wife and my daughter. Like, it wasn't that hard of a hit. It could be the slightest tap, and it hurts. One time, I got brought to my knees. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to throw up. This is horrible. Stupid dogs.
All right. Can you say something? I just changed my audio setting.
Hi.
Okay, I gotcha.
You didn't hear me? I don't understand.
I hear you.
I was hoping this is going to be a good game, but this is looking boring as shit right now.
2 field goals, and we're 6 minutes to halftime?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The tide is not rolling.
No, the tide is pretty low. Maybe we'll make some halftime adjustments. Bears got a new head coach.
I saw that today.
Yeah,
Mike or Matt or something.
Kansas City. I have no freaking clue. Doesn't mean shit to me. Ooh, look at that. Fight.
Packers have a new GM.
I did hear about that.
You did, or
I knew I heard they fired their other one, but I didn't know they got a new one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they moved Ted Thompson to a different role within the organization. So he's sticking around, but he's no longer the GM. They hired he was the director of like player relations or something like that. Been with the Packers for like 7 or 8 years. Knows the organization.
Internal guy.
Internal guy, has a very weird name. I can't even say it.
Jibajowski.
Started with a G.
Jiminowski.
Mr. G.
Jibajowski.
Yes, I know. Your mom's gonna be home in just a few minutes.
And you can
promise. And then I'm gonna shut that door.
Yes. Will they get into stuff if you kick them out?
Pippa wouldn't. Jordy, he's still young enough, but I wouldn't trust him.
We left Baylor out the other day when we went to brunch with my mother-in-law, and he did good. He didn't do anything. The other two, there's no way. The other two would get into absolutely everything. They would dump the trash.
Yeah, we don't leave Jordy out when we leave. He does. I'm not putting him in his crate during the day. I mean, I'm here, of course, but he's got run of the house, and he sleeps most of the day. Actually, he doesn't really get anything, but I think he would if we left him out and we were not here. I think he would definitely get into shit.
Baylor or Bosley and Bella will just tip the trash over and have fun. So this snowdrift, right? Vanilla. I've hardly ever tasted the vanilla, really. Like, it never has had a strong vanilla flavor to me.
Yeah.
But this is also the first time where I've let it warm up. And I'm tasting the vanilla like crazy now.
It is crazy, isn't it? When especially with the stouts and the porters, man, you let those things warm up.
All different flavors come out.
Yeah.
It's because, I'm such an American. I'm used to drinking my beers ice cold, and because it's freezing outside, and so everything I have out there is ice cold. So.
Yeah, I mean, the darker beers are so good when they warm up just a little bit, and I'm just learning this as well. I mean, I've just like you said, an American beer drinker, always had it cold. I was in Germany a couple years ago, and I did have some warmer beers, but I wasn't really into what they had, and I couldn't even tell you what I drank at this point. But
yeah,
they were okay, but I wasn't thinking about temperature at that time. I was just like, oh, this is just warm. I don't really want to drink this because I'm so used to drinking everything cold.
Well, when I went to Dublin last year, I just drank Guinness like it was going out of style. I mean, I drink Guinness like it was water. And I normally don't like Guinness, but when I had it there, of course, we've talked about this before. It's
good. I've not been to Ireland, and
every time I just drink it all up. Now, next time I should be going back this year, and I will try some other beers. But what's cool about the Guinness is that they have special taps for them because it's nitro.
Yeah, it's got that pointy black 3-inch tip on the.
That's what she said. And I guess that there is, especially in Dublin, is very tight regulation. Like, Guinness is a real stickler for how you serve their beer, and they come and do random checks. Like, the keg is not allowed to be, on the other side of the bar or down in the basement. The keg has to be right underneath. Yeah. And even though, I guess, I don't know if maybe it's not an Ireland thing. The beers weren't warm. Like, I know Dan, he's gone to England several times for work, and they definitely do like a room temp beer. And he's like, he can't stand it. But I also think room temp beer is bad if it's a light beer, because then it's definitely like you're drinking piss. And I think this new muff I have doesn't really do a very good job.
I think you sound all right.
I think I'm so.
I don't really notice.
Okay,
it sounds all right to me.
Good, because the other one, I don't want to go grab it. So.
I didn't order that muff yet.
The only reason the other one just kept falling off, it was like all the bands on it were all loose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we'll try this. And I saw somebody on the old YouTubes that used one of these.
On the old intertubes.
Intertubes and the old YouTubes. Hello, welcome to the YouTubes.
I'm out of beer.
You're out of beer?
I'm out of beer. I drink it all.
You better go get another one.
Yeah, I'm going to try to time this. Brittany should be here in about 5 minutes, I think.
5 minutes.
And I think I'll be able to tell when she gets home. I don't know. Actually, since this is just sort of randomness anyway, I'm going to go take a piss and see if she's going to be here in a few minutes. Get another beer, and I'll be back.
Giggity. I'll be here talking bad about you.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Oh, geez. That was horrible. Oh, so I don't. Jeez, put that thing away. Nobody wants to see your little bottle. You can hear me. You can still hear me. That's a nice boat on your wall. Is that a boat? Are you happy to see me? Hi,
Hi, I'm not back yet.
Dick.
I've got. I'm going to do this one.
Tall grass. Buffalo sweet.
Oatmeal
Buffalo
cream
sweat?
stout. Yep, buffalo sweet.
That's sweat.
Wet.
Tea.
Oh, it's AT.
I know. I did the same thing, so it's not like I can talk.
Yeah, well, it's dark in here. So yeah, it's buffalo sweat. Oatmeal cream stout. I want it to warm up a little bit though, so I'm gonna open it. And what beer did you get?
Gray's oatmeal stout.
Oh, an oatmeal stout as well.
Gray's.
Yep. I've had that. One's good. That's Janesville.
Yep.
Janesville.
Yep. I've had it before, so have it again. But this time I'm gonna let it warm up plenty.
Tall grass is in Kansas. I think I forgot to look at the can. I'll think it's okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want this to warm up too. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit.
I'm going to do this one too. Tall grass. Brewery? Is that what it is? Tall grass brewery?
Yeah.
Manhattan, Kansas.
That's what I thought.
They're closed right now. But they'll open again. Google tells me they open at 8:30 in the morning. Jeez. That's early drinking, bitches. I'm talking about.
The tap room opens at 8:30 in the morning.
It just says open 8:30. It's Google. What are you gonna do?
Well, that was weird. Did you hear that noise my throat just made?
That was nice. They do a subscription based too.
That was weird.
Or is that a newsletter?
So weird.
That is weird because it says subscribe, but then it says gives you to a newsletter. So I guess it's a newsletter. I'll sign up for your newsletter. I like to know about people's newsletters.
That whole Mobcraft thing really kind of pissed me off today.
That doesn't make sense.
I live in Wisconsin and I can't get Mobcraft beer shipped to me. I have to go. The only way I can get it, their subscription. I sign up for their newsletter, but the only way I can get their subscription beer is if I go pick it up in Wisconsin.
I don't get that.
That's stupid.
I mean, maybe are they trying to avoid shipping costs? Maybe, but even at that,
They ship all over the country.
I know. I don't know if anybody from
Washington State was on the list.
If anybody from Mobcraft is listening, we'd like to have an answer. That's a very serious violation.
Mobcraft, what's up with that? I love your beers. I want to join your subscription club and get beer every month, and I can't get it.
I feel like we should join, or no, I guess not. I'm not going to talk for you. I feel like I should join a beer of the month club, but I don't want to go back to the one I had before.
I do want to I want to find a good one too.
That's that problem. Finding a good one, because the one I had before was okay, but it just was like, I don't know. After a year of doing it, it's like I don't want the same shit beer again.
Let's put it on the Facebook page. See if we can get some opinions on a good.
If anybody's in one,
yeah, a good monthly beer club.
You know, some of those. Speaking of the Facebook group, some of those people from North Carolina, like Adrian, and who else? There's one other guy from North Carolina. Man, they sound like good beers down there. I haven't been to North Carolina and had their beers, but
yeah, I haven't either.
It sounds like they got some good beers. good.
Agree. Well,
Because the one
George-
thing in doing this podcast is like
Georgia scored again.
they actually score.
They scored.
Oh, touchdown! Nice.
Touchdown.
The one thing about doing this podcast is you do realize how little the distribution actually is, even though it's much better than what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's still like even the tall grass. When I went to their website and they have a distribution like map. They're not on the east or west coast. Pretty much, they cover the whole center part of the U.S. from north to south. But a lot of these distribution points, like there's so many beers out there now that, I'm just like, holy crap. Like when I go through like Facebook or Twitter and just search breweries, it's like, there's so many. Actually, what surprised me is when I went on UnTappd and I went to events, because I was looking to try to get reminded of events of breweries close to me. So me and my wife could maybe go hang out at some, or, maybe a time when you're going to be down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I found 3 breweries I had no idea were even there. Like, never heard of them before at all.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. And one of them's like,
Did someone say nuts?
no, in your mouth. Yeah, it was just crazy. There's so many breweries right now. I'm glad I didn't open a brewery then.
Well, never know.
Well, like that one article about, all these breweries are open up, but they're all doing the exact same thing. Did you see that article? I think I put it on the Facebook group.
Yeah, I think I did see it. That was really loud. A really loud. Yeah, I think I did see it.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about, huh, Duke? 600 gallons of beer in one big thing. I always thought I could chug that, but I never tried because I figured I couldn't lift it. Until now.
Are you nuts? No way you can chug that.
No, I could totally do it. I've only had like 4 beers this morning.